Hello, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington, and we are in our sixth year of celebrating women empowerment. As you know, that the Discover Brightside channel focuses on empowering businesses, authors, professionals, not-for-profits, distributors, retailers, and wholesalers. And so this particular segment is with a woman-owned business and a powerful woman that too, because she is making history and producing a very unique product that has cost her a lot of time and investment to bring this product to the market. And we want to show her some love and we want to show some appreciation because who doesn't like oxtail? And we had Keith and Jocelyne on our show last month for Black History Month. And let me tell you that everybody on the show immediately wanted to try the product and order the product. So the product is in high demand. It's a fast-paced new innovation. And so I'd love to introduce you to a powerful woman, and we call her one of our Brightside Empowerers because her story is going to get you to want to support her, help her grow, and if nothing else, go to her social media website, write her a review, write some comments, show some love, do your thing, guys. So over to you, Jocelyne. Tell us a little bit about you and this beautiful discovery of oxtail. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm introduction. I'm really happy to be here. The pulled oxtail creation wouldn't exist without my partner, Chef Keith. But I will say that it really took the two of us merging our backgrounds and our skills together to really bring it to market. When we first started our venture, we always had the pulled oxtail, but we had it as one element to a much larger menu and a much larger offering, which includes some plant-based options as well as real meat options. So we always had a vision to offer both, but the pulled oxtail, it always stood out as the star. And so my partner, Chef Keith, he really created it. It's his brainchild, but my business background brought it to market. I helped trademark the Pulled Oxtail Sandwich, which you'll see behind me. This is something that we sold in our business, Meat the Veggies, for 3 years. And probably in year 3 was when we decided to really focus on the pulled oxtail meat itself and create it as a packaged good. So that's where we are right now. And that's really where we're focusing our efforts for Meat the Veggies as a whole is bringing this product to market. We really see it as an amazing innovation, as you mentioned, especially for oxtail. Most people who consume oxtail, they usually get it traditionally on the bone. And this is really a first of its kind innovation that it brings a fully cooked, deboned oxtail to the market for caterers, for restaurant businesses, for hospitality venues, specialty retailers, and for home cooks. People that just really want convenience, but still want to keep the flavor and the tradition of oxtail, but you get a higher yield of meat. And it's just a new way to really enjoy oxtail. So we're really excited to bring it to market. Again, my background is really in business and operations, but I always had, a place in my heart for hospitality. And when I met my partner, Chef Keith, his background in culinary innovation and working in high-end restaurants and hotels in South Florida, it just made the pulled oxtail really just come together like magic.
Yeah, and I noticed because we were blessed and privileged because not everyone gets to taste this absolutely fabulous product, and we were very blessed to be able to review it. And what I thought was so special was that you actually had a little piece of the bone in the service because many of us like to suck on it and enjoy that bone flavor. So I think you not only kept the authenticity of this dish that I know my grandmother cooked it and many people would talk about it in the Commonwealth as well as in the United States because oxtail has not only just a history of this product, but many of us grew up with oxtail. And so
Yes.
I think I applaud you and Keith because you've captured the taste as well as the authenticity to the bone, which I thought was a nice touch
Well,
to
that's all Keith. He's
yeah,
smiling right now from ear to ear because that he was very adamant when we first decided to package the product that he wanted to include that bone because he felt like consumers, they might not know if this is oxtail, like maybe they could just be getting
yeah,
shredded beef. And so he really wanted that as a piece of authenticity. And we're also in the process of patenting the pulled oxtail, and that is one element of our patent is that bone, and that's how people will know that it is authentic. So thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate that you appreciated that.
Yeah, no, we have a whole tasting process, and we take a lot of time with our reviews as well. So that was one of the things that just, stood out. Yeah, so what was the moment? I mean, you thought about this great idea, but what was that moment, that what we call that magical moment when you just knew this was going to be successful?
I mean, I think from when we first opened as a ghost kitchen and we had the pulled oxtail sandwich, we before we got in our food truck, we did a Black Food and Wine Festival here in South Florida called Black Pepper. And we weren't even in our food truck, we just were in a tent. And we brought the oxtail sandwich to Black Pepper, which was the first time that it really like came out to the public. Even though we were in a ghost kitchen, it's hard sometimes to get awareness when you're a very new brand and you're in a ghost kitchen because
Yes,
everybody pretty much has to find you online,
yes,
or on a third party app. So this was the first time that we really came out to South Florida with, some of our key menu items, which was one, the pulled oxtail sandwich, and it just went crazy. It was like nonstop. We couldn't make enough. And it was the two of us. It was just Keith and I working this tent at the festival because this was our first time and we really thought like, oh, we could just handle it. And I mean, we did handle it, but it was just overflowing. It was the start of the show. Like people were coming up to our tent and saying, oh, I heard about this oxtail sandwich just around in the festival.
yeah, I'm
So
sure, I'm
yeah,
sure,
so
yeah,
that was when we knew it was like every time, no matter where we went or what we did, the oxtail sandwich just always stood out and everybody just always came for the oxtail sandwich. And so it took us 2 years to just focus on the pulled oxtail, but we just knew from like the beginning, it always was just the star.
yeah. I think it's a success. I think it's a very unique product, and I think I wish you much success.
Thank
And
you.
now, how did you come up with this name, Meat the Veggies? I think I just love it. It's just such a cool name. Yeah.
You know, honestly, the name I think chose us, and for good or bad, because to your point, I love the name too. I think it's very catchy, it's cute. It to me it describes what we do, but to be honest, a lot of people when they hear that name, they have automatically assumed that we're a fully vegan food business.
Because no
So it
one
has
reads it's MEAT. You immediately look meat. Yeah.
I know, but people will immediately they think, oh, it's a play on words, and
Yes.
so you're really not serving real meat. It's all veggies, and sometimes people just go right past the meat and they hear veggies and they just think it's all veggies. So it has worked against us, to be honest, in a lot of ways because people who aren't vegan or don't care about vegetables, they immediately will write us off because they don't realize that like no, we have real meat options over here.
Yeah.
We got real pulled oxtails.
Yeah.
So the name actually, it was some another Keith has a friend who is also a culinarian, and when we were first writing the business plan and coming up with the menu, he was talking to him about it and he was like, oh, you should call it Meat the Veggies. And immediately we were like, oh, that's great. We didn't do any research.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't send it out to the market. We were just like, that's it. And I can't say if it was the right decision or not at this point, but it's just what
I
we
know
rolled
you just
with.
had to say
And
oxtail in the name and the whole world would come to you. So it's true. It's very true.
yeah,
But it kind of is futuristic because, maybe down the road, you will have a plant-based.
we always say we're ahead. We
Yeah.
were ahead of our time, to be
Maybe
honest.
you're ahead
So
of your time. Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about oxtail. So oxtail is very unique and it's inspiring. I know my grandmother and my even my in-laws, cooked oxtail a lot. It was a stew that we all loved, and then the pulled pork sandwich used to appear at restaurant menus. So tell me what inspired oxtail? Why oxtail?
I'm gonna bring Chef Keith in now so he
Oh,
can,
okay.
because he's the
All right, wait,
master.
don't go before you. Elton is here as well. So why don't we stop this interview? But let me
Okay.
ask you just one last question, and then we'll end this interview, and I'll re-record with Keith and Elton. So tell
Okay.
me about marketing. What are your marketing initiatives, and where do you see this brand, and what's working and what's not?
That's a great question. So right now, as I mentioned, we have a dual audience for the pulled oxtail meat, but we really want to focus our marketing efforts and really all of our efforts on the business side, the business customers, and secondly to the consumers. But with that being said, we do have an upcoming influencer partnership to really speak more to the consumer base and like those home chefs, the trends that are saying that, people want to do more elevated cooking at home. And so really we've been studying a lot of trends, consumer trends, as well as food service industry trends to see where we can fit in the best. So in addition to the influencer partnership, Keith is doing a lot of creating on his own, of creating recipe videos using the pulled oxtail so that we can start to show consumers as well as the food service industry really how to use it and how flexible it is, how versatile it is, how you can elevate so many different menus, but also how it's so convenient, how it's just ready to go. So really just focusing on the value proposition and honing in on that, especially like I mentioned for the food service industry, because if you run a kitchen, then you know what it takes, the level of prep and effort, as well as the money that you spend on the staff to prepare the oxtail. So we're really eliminating all of that, and we're giving you something that's ready to eat or ready to incorporate within 20 minutes or less. And so really just focusing our marketing efforts on that, choosing the right platform. Since we want to speak more to business customers, we're going to start doing more marketing and advertising on LinkedIn, and really utilizing YouTube to keep up with the recipe video content. So not focusing as much on Instagram, which was our primary marketing platform, especially when we were in the food truck. But just really trying to be more strategic and speaking to the right audiences on the right channels.
One last question. So I noticed that you were members of the Specialty Association, which we absolutely love, the Fancy Food Show. We've been several times, and I think there's nothing like it. How was that membership experience, and what other memberships do you have? And tell us about the Fancy Food Show, and what was your experience with it?
So we just recently joined the Specialty Food Association. We're really excited. I'm actually going to go to the Summer Fancy Food Show this summer for the first time and just check the floor. Like, I'm going as an attendee. We're not going to exhibit yet, but we are
Yeah, because
excited and
you'll
looking
need
forward.
samples, and everybody is going to want free oxtail.
I know we
Yeah,
got
you're
to
gonna
figure
have a
out
lot of people showing up to your
we
booth.
got to
Yeah.
figure out how, like, what the best amount is going to be to
Yes.
give out, and we want to really make an impact. So we want to go for the first time and study it, and then come, with our setup and really try to make an impact. But I will say, since we've joined the Specialty Food Association, there are a lot of resources that they have already provided. Like, they give you access to a lot of data, trend data for consumers, as well as memberships with other data and research companies like Nielsen, and you get access to all that data for free. They have a lot of different webinars and educational resources if you are an emerging brand such as myself, and they are really good at connecting you with other members to create, potential partnerships. There's also a new program that they've created called the Maker Prep course, which is for also, emerging CPG brands. Even though we've been in business for 3 years, we have not been in CPG space. This is something that's new for both of us. We started out more on the food service side, and Keith's experience has been more so in restaurants. So this is a new undertaking for us. So there's still a lot that we're learning and navigating, such as the USDA, certification and things like that. So the Specialty Food Association, as well as we're part of Startup CPG, those types of organizations are really helpful with, they offer free press releases for us as well. So just helping you amplify your voice, giving you resources and a community to really help you in the journey, because it definitely can feel, like you're always in an uphill battle.
Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah.
nuances.
No,
So
it's a fantastic show, and we've actually been from the very beginning that, when we used to live in New York, and we interview and we do a lot of services from the press room. So yeah, it's a very organized press room, a very well, they really take care of the press. So we're very thankful and grateful to them as well. So with that, is there any other associations or collaborations or memberships that you have besides theirs?
So we are a minority business enterprise, a nationally certified minority business enterprise, certified through the state of Florida. So that is something that we also achieved last year, which was really exciting for us, and has also opened up other opportunities for partners and just resources to help us grow our business. Because I'm sure, as you know, as an entrepreneur, you always need resources and support and direction on, how to achieve your goals. So yeah, that's one of the other memberships that we have that we're really proud of as well.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So thank you so much, and we'll bring Elton and Keith on next. But thank you for also appearing on our Black Empowerment series. I know you were the star of the show, and we wanted you to come and empower people, and I think you definitely did that. We also
Thank you.
included you in our digital board, which I think I sent it to you, but I'll send it again. So if you want to share it, it is our most prestigious of all. And we're trying to do some more badges and definitely do video with us, because we do everything video, and I'll start inviting you to some more video events as well, to create content. And for those watching, okay, as I said before, you can buy the product right off their website. And if you're a restaurant owner, I'm sure they would love a collaboration, and distributors and retailers and trade. So tell us, where can people go and how do they order the product, and what do they have to do to get their hands on oxtail?
Okay, so I mean, it's pretty easy, especially if you're local in Florida. But anybody can go to pulledoxtailmeat.com and you can order directly from the website. We also do shipping on larger orders outside of Florida, but we do local pickup and delivery in South Florida. If you're interested in a partnership, or you're outside of Florida and you're interested in a wholesale or distribution opportunity, you can always email us at info@pulledoxtailmeat.com. Our parent brand, which you mentioned, is Meat the Veggies. And so you can always go there if you want to learn more about myself and my partner, meattheveggies.com, and info@meattheveggies.com as well. So
There you have it. Now, you're not on Amazon, right? You just have to go.
not
Okay.
just yet.
All right. So if you liked this, share this video, subscribe, and write us a comment. And if you do happen to purchase the product, snap a photo and show it to us so we know that it's working. So we want you to empower them, and share this video and write a comment, and please subscribe, because when you subscribe, you're supporting our channel, and we're definitely growing by 10%. We saw a big hike this month, and so thank you all for that, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Bye.